Howdy everybody, my name's John Reardon, you're watching NWR TV. This is the Steam demo of Wild Blue Skies, a game that technically has not been announced for Switch or Switch 2, but it should. If you've ever engaged with our content for more than like 5 minutes, you'll probably know that I am a big Star Fox fan and occasional Star Fox historian. You may recognize me from such Star Fox history-related content as A Legacy in 3D, the story of Star Fox, Eclipse, the demo that sold 3D to Nintendo, or whatever I called the Star Fox Command documentary. I don't remember, it's been a hot second. Point is, I talk about Star Fox a lot. I really like that series. This is a Star Fox-like from Chuhai Labs, a company helmed by Giles Goddard, one of the original programmers brought into Japan from Argonaut to work on and make the original Star Fox for the Super Nintendo. He also worked on stuff like Mario 64. He did some stuff for Ocarina of Time. He did 1080 snowboarding. He did Stunt Race FX. He's done more recent stuff like carved snowboarding and everything else that Chuhai Labs has done. Got quite the resume of stuff. Oh, Steel Diver Sub Wars, super underrated 3DS game. Tank Troopers, another super underrated 3DS game. Dude's got a library of stuff he's worked on. Anyway, going back to his roots, Wild Blue Skies, a Star Fox-like. I'm gonna play this demo. As I said, has not been announced for a Nintendo system yet, but I'm just sort of hoping that it will be, and if not, it feels close enough to Star Fox that it's still relevant to a Nintendo audience. Also, this may potentially be a very bad playthrough to watch if you just want to see a playthrough, because I will talk too much about stuff.
Once decorated chief engineer of the army, launched the world into war in pursuit of total power. With the help of the Blue Bombers, an elite squadron of fighter pilots, General Harding and the forces of good prevail, pushing the evil mastermind into exile.
Opening of this plot is very similar to Star Fox 64.
Has emerged from the volcanic regions of the north, spreading terror across the land. Grimclaw has returned. General Harding, unable to withstand this new attack, calls upon a new generation of Blue Bombers
a new
to
Star
liberate
Fox
the world
team
and stop him once and for all.
It's a little on the nose, but they know what they're doing. Let's go. All right, Hurricane.
You're going to cut through that storm? Be careful, Bowie.
It'll take more than bad weather to stop us.
Once again, very on the nose.
Bombs away.
Good luck.
Hang on, we'll get through this.
Man, that's, yeah. Okay, we're defaulting to inverted. That feels pretty good. Oh, what's my shoot button? Oh, shoot is on X, okay. Interesting. Do I have... Okay, that's my tilt. Okay.
What is this place?
These definitely weren't on the flight plan.
Enemies feel a little tanky. Do I have a charge shot? I don't think... Oh, wait. Oh, charges on A. That was a power-up I missed. Charges on A, but that's not the fire button? That's interesting. I'm taking so much damage as I try to figure out the controls. I assume having charge separated from your basic shot has a purpose. Okay, there's a bonus for taking out multiple at once. That's good. I just live and die by the charge shot.
Piece of meat.
Okay, that's health. Okay, so that's... Okay, so the triggers are accelerate and slow down. Yeah, I need to do charge shots and everything. Everything feels very tanky. Like it's taking a lot of damage to kill these guys.
Focus, team. We'll get through this.
The ship also feels a little slow. Oh, my roll has like a slight... Okay, I kind of like that. It shifts me in a direction. Oh, receiving transmission.
Something your way, Bowie.
Cool. I wonder if they're... Okay, accelerate.
Look out!
Use the boost, Bowie.
Yeah, it feels just a little bit heavy. And that combined with how many hits the enemies take makes everything... It just feels a bit more tank sim. I wonder if... Let's just see if there are movement sensitivity. Yeah, can we go... How high is very high? Was that... Did I actually set that? Yeah. Oh, was it set to very low by default? Oh, I think I rolled it around. Okay. Yeah, that's better. It still feels very, very heavy. Oh. I was looking at the wrong way. Watch me die on the demo. Can I lock onto these? Yes, I can. Let's do that instead.
Nearly a techno! Try not to get wet!
It feels like tilting is almost kind of required to get the movement speed I expect, because I feel so slow. I don't know if there's any sort of, like, ship upgrade system or anything. I've noticed in playing a lot of Star Fox likes, a lot of times, like, horizontal movement will feel slow, because, like, perceptually you're moving across more of the screen when you're moving horizontally. But in this, I feel like even vertical movement feels a little slow, so I think in general the ship is just a little on the slow side, for my taste. Which is conceptually fine so long as the levels... That's my cat. My cat just killed me. Alright, we'll try that again. Shard Shot and Fire being separate buttons is a fascinating choice. I assume that there is a mechanical reason for that at some point in the game. It's very odd. I can't think of another... I guess there's some of like the Sega Sprite Scaler stuff that has something similar to that. Generally, Star Fox likes do not separate that. And it's not like I can't shoot... Like if I'm holding down the charge, I can't go over to X and still shoot. It still does block off my shot. And so it's very odd. I wonder if there's power-ups or something that make use of that. Otherwise, I don't really see the point of splitting up those functions. It just means I'm kind of rolling back and forth across the controller a lot to do basic things. I keep hitting the splashes. I need to time my shots better. Can I charge bombs? No. Okay. Good to know. If I lock on, bombs do not home. Okay. We're learning the mechanics. Yeah, I keep just tapping on A to get my shot to fire, and then it doesn't do it. Yeah, I have to fight every bit of muscle memory I have to split up the charge shot. Whee! I do kind of like the barrel roll shifting you to the left. I think that's a nice way to make it into a dodge in addition to the deflection. I'm assuming it deflects. I don't know that I've successfully timed it to a deflection just yet. I feel like I might actually... Yeah, I'm getting through them faster if I just shoot. Should do that instead of charge shots. Mission cleared. Not complete, not accomplished. I don't know if cleared is good.
Bombers, check in.
I do like the ship design.
Damage, but this ain't my first rodeo.
I like that you can see the crosshairs in the window.
Great!
That's a nice touch.
Not a scratch.
Why is your window opaque? They haven't finished that character model yet.
Thanks for playing.
Okay. I will also note that that level, now it seems like that was mission 2, assuming the numbering is accurate for the demo. That demo was really short. So if the rest of the levels are that length, then hopefully there's a lot of levels, or like some branching paths or something, because that's a very short level. If you compare the length of this level to like a level in like First Squadron Phoenix, which just recently came out on Steam and is coming out on Switch probably around the time this video comes out, maybe the following day, like this level is very short. Alright, I'm ready. I've got my charge shot all set.
I can't see past my nose.
Because I feel like a lot of these enemies are so tanky that you really want to have the charge shot ready for every single one of them. Even with the charge, that guy takes 2 hits.
Definitely weren't on the flight plan.
Oops. Let's go. I like that. I like that he didn't die right away. Kind of like spins out. What are you? Is that weapon? Maybe? It was a W for Wumbo.
This place is falling apart.
What that was. That's a double. Did I have the double shot when I started? Get you guys in a combo, get you guys in a combo. Oh, I didn't get the last one.
We really have to pick the scenic. Something's up ahead. I'm going in.
That guy, yeah, even with charge shots, he's really...
Keep pushing.
1, 2... Oh, that time he only took 2. Maybe I missed him once the first time. There we go.
Focus, team. We'll get through this.
Oh, that W I collected earlier is up at the top. So that must be something... I wonder if those are like the gold rings or something in Star Fox 64 that extend my health, or maybe there's a certain number of them per level. Though I only saw the one. Ooh, I'll just run directly into that, shall I? Oh, what can I do? Yeah. Oh. I lost my... Okay, so I can take damage to lose blaster. Okay, interesting. I'm not sure if I feel like some of the common enemies are too tanky, or if I feel like your shot isn't strong enough in its, like, default state. I could also see if this is a second mission that it would be pretty likely that I would have carried over a charged up blaster from the first mission, if that's how that works. So it may not be a totally accurate representation of how much shot I should have at this point. Oh, I could be shooting him this whole time. I've just been focusing down his little tentacles. Yeah, so here's my notes. Chuhai, if you're listening. Presentation, fantastic. Obviously, very intentionally, is trying to nail the Star Fox 64 aesthetic. Honestly, I'd be fine if it kind of pushed for a little bit more of its own identity, but I also get, for the sake of a demo, where you're very clearly trying to sell a specific thing, really leaning in to that, hey, we're a spiritual sequel to Star Fox. I do think it's interesting that I get more Star Fox 64 vibes than I do Super Nintendo Star Fox. Not a big deal, just interesting. My critiques would be, at least this level is really short. Maybe that's just in isolation. The enemies feel very spongy. Once again, if you are carrying over power-ups from a previous mission, that may not be as big of a deal. But even with a charge shot, sometimes these enemies are pretty spongy. The actual movement, like the control of the ship, feels good. I've talked before to people who were doing like indie Star Fox stuff about how in a Star Fox, like, it's almost like you shouldn't feel like you're controlling the ship. You should actually be controlling the crosshair, and then the ship should be dragged by the crosshair. And that tends to make the ship feel better. This feels like that, so that's good. I do think the ship feels pretty slow, which kind of makes it feel a little clunky. Once again, I don't know if there's any like power-up system as far as between levels. Like maybe you upgrade your ship and it gets faster. This is a demo of the second mission, so like it may not be totally a fair view of how the ship is going to control. I don't know, but that would be my note there. Presentation, once again, I think is great. Music, from the little bit we hear, sounds great. Characters seem fun. Character design is great. So yeah, I'm super interested to see more of this. This is the same level that they showed off in an earlier kind of hands-off preview that I think IGN posted. So I'm curious to see, like, we've seen little snippets from other levels. I would be interested to try some other levels to see how those are shaping up. It does look like it showed off in that initial thing. You had like a world map. And having a world map like that makes me wonder if you are going to have like branching paths and stuff, which could be cool. And if you do have some branching paths, I think that helps with replayability, which then makes like the shorter levels not as big of a deal. But even compared to like other Star Fox games, this level feels short. Once again, I may have in my head that it's short because I just finished First Squadron Phoenix, which had pretty long levels. But honestly, like the level length in that, I felt way better about than the level length in this. But for where we are, where we're just seeing one level, I do think this is encouraging. I think the hardest part, which is just getting the ship to feel right, is there outside of speed. If the ship just moved a little faster, I think it would feel so much better. And once again, from a tiny little sample size like this, it's hard to tell if that enemy sponginess is actually an issue, or if that's just when you're seeing this little vertical slice, if that's sort of an invented issue, because you don't have the stuff before that to power up your ship going into this. We'll see. Super interested. Can't wait to see more. Put it on Switch. If you are making a spiritual sequel to a Nintendo game, that fan base, guess what? Still on Nintendo. So awesome that it's coming to PC. Awesome that it's coming to Xbox. Switch 2, that's where it's going to perform well in my journalist opinion, outside of just my Star Fox fandom opinion. If you enjoyed this, subscribe, maybe like the video, all that stuff. If you want to reach out to me specifically, you can use the handle that I'll put on screen. Blue Sky is the main place that I hang out, but you can find me on most social media platforms under that handle. You can check out NintendoWorldReport.com for a whole lot more. You can chat with us about this or anything else Nintendo related in our Discord. There's a link in the description. Once again, my name's John Reardon. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.
This video was made possible by our generous supporters on Patreon. Check out patreon.com/NWR for all the details.